If you have had the pleasure of being a subscriber to me for a long time, you probably know that about a year ago I was pretty damn angsty about my contempt for religion. I've removed quite a lot of those videos now because frankly they're really shitty quality from today's standards, and overall I just don't like them. I always seem to come off as this arrogant prick who spews out things and says that he's right and everybody else is wrong. Which is pretty much what I still do now. Something really strange has happened though in the past couple of months, which is that as I've grown more and more attached to libertarianism and voluntarism and all that, I just don't find religion that interesting anymore. I really don't. Don't get me wrong, I'm still an atheist, I still find it a delusion, I still find that it can hamper your brain cells when you're growing up, and I think that Christopher Hitchens was damn right correct in the views that he had towards the philosophy of religion. Which is probably an oxymoron, but who cares? When it comes to talking about it, I just find it boring now. There's not basically anything that I can say that hasn't been said a gazillion times before by about 100,000 different YouTubers, so what more can I say? I've actually unsubscribed from a lot of YouTube channels, atheist YouTube channels, because I just find they're repeating themselves over and over again, and they just can't come up with any new answers and new context. Yeah, so if I do that, please just tell me. I'm more concerned now with the genuine threat of people adhering to people like David Cameron, Nigel Farage, Nick Clegg, Ed Miliband, Obama, etc, because if you think about it, while religion is still a delusion, don't get me wrong, it still is, it's still there, it's still bad, we should probably get rid of it sometime soon. If you think about it from the past 200 years or so, in this country especially, religion hasn't really been forced upon you. You might find that your family disown you or become alienated from you and your friends and all those kind of people, but overall, it's not being forced on you, it's voluntary. Now compare that with the government, which for the best part of about 1,000 years has had a complete dominant forced control on the rest of the country. Then of course it comes to the popularity contest. Most of the people that I find on the internet that are atheists, the popular ones that are espousing their views, generally tend to be, and I'm generalising here a lot, socialist, economically illiterate, progressive. Sound familiar? And since I value politics a little bit more than religion because, it's a genuine threat, I'm more inclined to, I'd be fine with living next to, a libertarian-style Glenn Beck fire and brimstone Christian than living next to a Christopher Hitchens-style atheist who also doesn't shut up about how he loves Karl Marx. And finally, a little bit more of a personal opinion, I find that I've been a little bit too harsh on religion in general. And you're probably going to say, what? You're harsh on religion? Religion's been harsh on people for all of humanity. Well, here's the thing. Since I've become a libertarian, I've really, grown attached to this idea of, help groups and communities and, bringing people together to create this kind of, civil brotherhood. And I find that religious or not, it's kind of good. It creates a civilized, thing of we can all come together, we can pool in our resources, and we can bring this all about. I mean, I only have to think back to about 5 years ago when I think of youth groups, school plays, trips to Africa. They were all provided by the church and the churches and all the parishes in the area. So bizarrely and rather ironically, I've got to give a sort of middle finger thumbs up and say thanks for the support. I really do. So yeah, I never would have thought that in 2 years of being an atheist that I would ever be thanking religion so dearly. But I find that when you come out of religion, you do really feel really angry, and you want to get all your views out, and you want to say, I hate this, why does it have to go down? So you start following people like Dawkins and Hitchens and all that, and start really, getting angry at religious people. But I find that as time goes on, you just realise that it's just something that's dying out anyway. I mean, if you live in this country, most of the people I hang around with aren't religious. I mean, that's one of the best things about being born in Britain in the 21st century. Woohoo! But what do you guys think? Do you not really care about religion as much as you used to, or do you still think that it's a force that needs to be reckoned with? So yeah, leave a comment down below, and see you soon.